fire on the racetrack.
Makes right there is the white car. And Spencer sideways, and Steve Grissom trying to dodge Spencer. Just all of a sudden, boom, and look at the car go up in the air. That's the Mike Skinner car.
Yep.
Mike Skinner and Steve Grissom tried to dodge Skinner. I mean, the 23 car of Spencer. And look, there's the gas tank.
Yes.
Hang on a second. I'll show you this gas tank, folks, as it goes across the racetrack. Right up there is the gas tank.
And it makes contact. It impacts the wall and then splits open, and the fire begins.
I think other cars will go through there, and the exhaust is going to ignite. There we see that car. That's Mike Wallace's Spam car. Goes through the gasoline and ignites it as it goes through.
And there is Kenny Wallace as he goes through also. May have made contact there with Grissom's car as it still has not stopped rolling or pirouetting.
Getting a hit hard in the wall. That's Bill Elliott, Little E, Dale Earnhardt, and Kevin Harvick. A very hard crash for Elliott. Oh, the first serious incident, or rather for Earnhardt, the first serious incident of the day. And or somebody was it? There we go.
Almost like maybe Kevin Harvick was slowing down
trying to get in a pit.
29 car.
Oh, that's it. I'm telling you, that is
a brutal hit.
It is.
Kyle Petty just squeezes through there, has to go to pit road to take evasive action. So does Jeff Gordon.
That I don't like the looks of that.
All the cars have now taken the caution flag, and rescue workers come to the aid of Harvick and Earnhardt Jr. You're exactly right, Darrell. Harvick had slowed. He was trying to get to pit road.
The violence of that crash was shocking, and I was like radioing to my crew.
Junior, you all right?
Help me! Help me! Help me! Hurry up!
Bad crash over in turn 2. Michael Waltrip has hit the wall hard. The car is upside down, and you can see the car is really torn up. Well, Jerry, I said it's sort of on its side, or boy, yes, it is upside down.
Michael Waltrip in his car having hard contact out of turn 2. We'll check in to see what's going on. The safety crews over in turn 2. Michael Waltrip's car begins to slip and slide on the outside and contacts the concrete wall nearly head on. The car is sawed in half by that concrete barrier there. One of the most spectacular and violent crashes I have ever seen, Ned Jarrett.
Jerry, I've been involved in auto racing for more than 30 years, and I don't remember ever seeing a car torn up this much.
Oh, got snagged again, and oh, savage crash.
Right, you got Robby Gordon gathered up and Hutch Strickland, I believe. I can't tell if that, or maybe it was.
Looks like Jeremy Mayfield is in it.
That's John Andretti. I'm sorry.
John Andretti.
For some reason, unless he had a tire problem or something coming off, his car starts to come back down the racetrack, backs down. Robby Gordon catches him there, spins the top of the car around, and it looks like John Andretti hit him viciously hard in the left front wheel there. I believe that was John Andretti that got into him. It's hard to tell from right here.
That's almost the same spot where Johnny Benson came into the side as the leaders pull on the pit road now.
What you're going to see coming up right here now is where Robby Gordon catches him and turns the car back down the racetrack. Yeah, it was John Andretti. Extremely hard hit.
Just in front of the driver's door.
Thank goodness.
By about a foot, thank goodness.
Car we're saying that was Robby Gordon we were looking at.
He hit extremely hard head on into the inside wall.
Hard hit for Gordon.
Those three cars hit extremely hard.
Hard into the wall. Bottom of the racetrack to the top.
You got the yellow.
And Bobby Labonte has the window down. He's trying to get out of that car.
so hard getting out with all that equipment on.
See Kyle Petty stopping to see if Bobby needs assistance.
And he doesn't. He's out of there.
I didn't see him there.
Okay, Benson drives into the 41. They look like they save it.
Johnny's tires bent out.
The racetrack and he clips the 18 car.
Okay, that's why he spun so abruptly.
Yeah.
When Johnny made contact with the 41, it looked like it bent the suspension because you could see the tire in the 10 car just turn. Look at that hit. Oh my goodness.
Seven cars got a bunch of damage also.
Looks like Steve Park in the 30 and maybe Bill Elliott. I saw Elliott spin. Maybe Steve Park as well.
Bobby Isaac, but there's been a crash on the home stretch. A car upside down.
And that's
a
Richard
blue
Petty.
car. It is Richard Petty. There, that looks like Richard's helmet sticking out of the car, and he certainly appears to be unconscious. The pit crew running out. The yellow flag, of course, is out. This could be a very bad accident to one of the best-known race drivers in the world. He actually cracked the wall, almost went all the way through it, and had he gone through that or slipped up over it, it could have been a real tragedy in the pit area. Been a crash on the home stretch. A car upside down.
And that's
a
Richard
blue
Petty.
car. It is Richard Petty.
To the bottom of the track. Junior will win at Daytona. And the big one happens behind them.
Oh my God.
Comes across the Ford's bumper. As he does, he spins back in, gets the 3 airborne, and he just gets projected off the other cars right up into the fence.
He went from the bottom of the racetrack over 2 rows of cars and into that catch fence.
Here we go. You can see him on the bottom. Rex starts in front. He runs in the back of the 24. Gets up on the 11. Now he's on top of the 51.5. Now it's just along for the ride.
Yeah,
watch the car stop. Watch the car stop. It gets into those poles, and it goes from, I don't know what, 180, 190 miles an hour, I'm just guessing, to a complete stop. That is unbelievable.
And it looks like a toy. That's 3,500 pounds. That stock car is extremely heavy. You see here, after he's upside down, the 2 is spinning. Obviously, he's already lost control, makes more contact with the 3.
Joey Logano. Big crash. Oh, he's upside down. Over and over, Logano goes in between 3 and 4. Oh, no. The car will come back to rest on all 4 tires.
Really just kind of a stack-up effect. Like was one of them got on the brakes and kind of forced. Yeah, look at Tony Stewart just missing this crash. Man, here's where it really gets exciting. Man.
We talked about that there's nowhere to go as you come off of these corners, and when something like this happens, you make a commitment, and you've got one opportunity really to miss this wreck. Tony Stewart did a great job. Some others got.
You know it's going to be bad right here when he comes up in front of traffic. Reed Sorensen makes the impact. Scott Speed got a piece of it also.
The car's actually going backwards when it starts to lift up and go over and begin to tumble.
Yeah, it's just being pushed, and as he kind of dug in a little bit, and it was continued to get pushed there. That's what got it up and rolling.
You hear you talk about how high the banks are here, and you see he just tumbling down that bank. There's so much height difference right there from the top of the bank down to the apron.
3 stories, the difference between the top and the bottom, 24-degree banks. Just side over side over side, a violent impact, and the good news that this new car that NASCAR brought on.
Green flag back in the air. They're blocking. Good going down low. Carl Edwards into the wall. He got tagged by the 22. Big hits by the 19, and the caution comes back out again.
That is exactly what we saw Joey Logano was going to try to do. Big fire of the 78, but that is what we thought was going to happen. Obviously, the wreck isn't what we thought. Martin Truex Jr. needs to get out of this race car. We did everything right. Carl Edwards doesn't block. He's 3 wide in the middle, getting into turn 1. His opportunity to win a championship is definitely less in that scenario. So An aggressive move by Logano, but in my eyes, he did everything he was supposed to do, trying to win a race and win a championship.
I mean, this is what's on the line. 4 drivers, an entire season, a championship. Neither Joey Logano nor Carl Edwards have ever won a championship.
Really, Jimmy Johnson and Kyle Busch, of the 2 championship contenders remaining out on the track. Actually, Joey Logano's still out there, but will have a little bit of damage to the car. But those 2 benefit the most from this because they were able to get through.
What a big impact.
Huge.
To be honest, I've been focused so much on that restart, I didn't realize the degree of that impact.
Oh, Kyle Petty. And he takes out Sterling Marlin. And Mark Martin somehow gets by, and Kyle's going in the wall head on.
Oh, terrific impact for Kyle Petty.
Boy, that was a big hit.
Crashes in turn 4.
Looked like exactly the same thing as Jeff Gordon, just lost the air in the right front tire. And Sterling Marlin had no place to go. And look at Mark Martin. How he gets by is beyond me. But now Kyle's car, the accelerator, I think, is hung. He has no brakes. And bam, into the inside wall, almost head on.
And from another angle on our camera from the Tower Terrace, the car just shoots straight to the wall.
You guys, I agree with you. That looked like something went down like a tire, and I wonder if that's coming from just all the stuff we're seeing, all the grass. If it's pulling up any gravel off this track, that they're having a tire problem with punctures.
Comes to a close at Phoenix. He slides to the finish line while they crash behind him. Keselowski threads the needle as cars crash to the checkered flag.
I don't understand why they didn't throw the caution there. Look at the streak. Wow. Brad Keselowski, very, very fortunate that he got back there without more damage and, wow, some hard hits right here. Look at Danica. Took right there. Oh. What a mess. Look at that streak. Look at it. See Harvick just power sliding through there. A lot of cars. Oh, man. Kurt Busch hit a ton. Ryan Newman took a couple of hard hits.
Now with the 42. Oh,
whoa,
trouble.
Big crash. Danica Patrick and Joey Logano and Eric Almirola.
Holy smoly. Oh, heavy damage there on Danica.
Those cars are killed.
Oh, man, it looked like the 22 just got loose.
I think that,
oh, man. What a ride that Danica went on.
Danica took a heck of a ride into the wall, and then the 43 just plowed in there.
Yeah, he had nowhere to go. I think he committed to the outside lane. Pretty big impact by the 43. As you could see, Almirola sitting in his car. He hadn't quite gotten out.
Look at it, but man, it's another spinner. That's Brad Keselowski going around.
This could be ugly.
Back up across the track, big damage. A number of cars collected. Dave Blaney, Greg Biffle.
Yeah, man, whenever you see a car coming back across a racetrack like that, you know it's going to be a bad deal. Oh, yeah, he got tagged by Kurt Busch, went down on the apron. When he came back up on the racetrack, he got into the left rear of Brad. Nothing Brad could do, like you said. At that point, Brad's for the ride, goes along for the ride, and tore up a lot of race cars right there. Watch the 78 car goes down on the apron, then he comes sliding back up, and he just turns the 2 car.
And it is a very harsh transition. We saw it during some of the qualifying laps. A harsh transition from the flat up to the race, back up onto the racetrack.
Yeah, but that was just a big misjudgment there on that, on 78 car. Kurt just came up, and I mean, he was pretty far up on the 2 car.
Yes.
Oh, Gordon comes up. Oh, he got Kenson. Oh, and there goes Jeff. Jeff's in the inside wall, hard into the wall.
Caution will wave. Caution will wave. The field is frozen. We'll be coming back to 4 to go.
That was, oh, and he almost got clipped again. It's into him ever so slightly. And look at Greg Biffle slide by, but that inside lick on the inside wall is what tore Jeff's car all to pieces.
They're going to stop the field in turn 1 so they can clean up turn 2. Here's another look. And you're right, Darrell. Jeff's car just pushes up, won't hold the bottom of the racetrack.
Couldn't hold it down. And this thing goes in here.
and it hits an opening. That's why it knocked. That's what happened.
Oh my God!
It hit that opening and it just ripped the front end off of it.
There's no safer barrier there.
No.
Well, this was one of those wrecks that'll take your breath, as I believe it did Dennis Setzer's. Setzer came flying into turn number 3, and it looks as if perhaps the throttle hung, Darrell.
The throttle hung, you see it snaps right there. I got to believe that, I don't know, the brakes were working, that's for sure. You saw the wheels locked up, front wheels locked up there.
Bodine and Kenny Wallace. Bodine's car is pitched up in the air.
Don't fire.
A heavy crash. Wow.
No.
There's definitely contact.
Looks like there is.
Yeah.
Looks like they just touched. Maybe the rear tires touched. And Todd into the wall. Now watch Kenny Wallace in the 23 car. We got a good shot of him. The winning net, as they said, is already down.
Look, he's coming out already. He's out the window.
Out. The car's still moving. He's getting out of there.
Yeah, well, that thing's hot.
Getting away from there. Now Todd Bodine is out of his car.
That's a camera shot there.
Yeah, that's a camera shot.
Oh! Trouble, Truex coming off a 4. Oh, right. Oh, man, he gets Quapple and Tony Raines. Let's see. Looks like the one car gets a little bit sideways, getting off a 4, and the 40 car, David Stremme, just gets into him. And then he just slid up in front of all these other guys.
He got the 32, and the 32 got Raines in the 96.
Pretty much the end of a miserable day anyway, boy, for Martin Truex.
Boy, Travis is lucky.
Yeah.
Here they are coming off of 4.
Yeah, Martin just got a little bit loose getting off of 4, and Stremme was right under his left rear and kind of finished him off.
Oh, and he's upside down. Into the guardrail, side over side, end over end, and Davey Allison has experienced a horrifying crash.
See some contact between Darrell Waltrip and Davey Allison, and the car just flew through the air. Well, it got on the air, in the air very quickly. It goes over the top of the guardrail. Flipped right over the top of the guardrail.
Friday afternoon at Richmond. They do apparently went into turn 1 a little too high, maybe trying to find a different line. No rubber down there. The rear end of the car slipped up. He went around and side-slapped the concrete. Driver's side 2. A team member telling Speed News Nadu spoke briefly to his crew on the radio after impact before falling unconscious.
Well, it was side by side with John Krebs.
Oh.
John Krebs goes wow.
Oh, yeah.
Out through there in front of Derek Cope.
And the car overturned several times. So our concern isn't about Derek Cope. He's okay. Our concern is John Krebs.
Number 3.
Whether the team could switch points.
Whoa, guys, whoa. Oh, no. Oh, my gosh. I have never seen anything like that in my life.
He hit that wall a ton.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, and he's just, man, and that thing just absolutely.
I will guarantee you that impact was well over 180, probably 185 miles per hour. We've already seen 199 or better getting in there going straight.
That's the part of the racetrack.
I can't even hardly watch that.
It's a part of the racetrack, but Murray said was a little slick getting in. Not knowing if Michael changed his line a little bit, got a little too much into that speedy dry.
Oh, my Lord.
But that he walked away and waved to the crowd while walking to the ambulance after that impact. is a great testament to safety of these cars and these racetracks today.
If there's been any fans, if there's been anybody in our industry that has questioned the car tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, take a look at this guy that walked out of that race car just a few minutes ago.
Crash in turn number 2, David Ruderman.
Oh, goodness. 6 gets, it's like, oh, my gosh. Goodness gracious. Wow. Like Boris said, got into the 6 car. David Reagan. Oh, my goodness. That's a hard lick for David Reagan, but this, oh my goodness. Ron Fellows also into the wall in that. Wow, terrible.